What I am telling you is not just a fact, it's not just knowledge. What I am telling you really more or so comes down to just controlling your emotions. It really does come down to that. Because a lot of you guys watch my channel and you guys don't do the shit that I tell you guys, right? I was talking to a client and she was like, Alexis, I'm dating a guy and I keep asking him out and he keeps saying no. How do I get him to like me? And I'm like, first of all, how long you been watching my channel? And then there was a big pause. And I was like, hello, are you still there? How long you been watching my channel? She was like, 5 years. And I'm like, look, girl, it's not that you don't know what to do. It's really not a lack of knowledge with you guys. It's a lack of control of your emotions. It truly is not that you don't know enough. It's not that you need to watch my course. It's not that you need to watch more of my videos. In fact, you don't have to do any of that. It's like a meditation. Whenever you're having a good meditation and you're at ease with the meditation, you start noticing that you move less, right? That's actually called meditating with determination. When I go to 10-day retreats, they make us do 3 hours a day of not moving. But whenever the meditation is getting difficult and your mind starts to crave, you start noticing that you start moving more, you start itching more, right? And so one of the signs that somebody has control over themselves is that they control their actions and they control their words. They know how to do less and say less when it's necessary. And they know how to say more and do more when it's necessary. That on and off switch is not determined by how things are going or how much control they want. It's determined based on the situation. Where a lot of people do more and act more, not because out of strategy, but because out of a compulsion, a reaction to things not going their way, a fear to confront failure, and deal with emotions that they can't control. But that you have to control your emotions. Because whenever you can't control something, whenever you're sensing that this person is not reacting the way you wanted them to react, your natural inclination is to do more. Think about it. When you're very emotional, what tends to happen? Your mind goes crazy. You start thinking a lot. And it creates tension in your body where you start to fidget. Fidgeting not just in the big muscles, but fidgeting in the little muscles, which is what matters. And those little muscles are the little muscles in your face, the little muscles in your fingers. They become more fidgety. The big muscles don't become that fidgety. But these little muscles have more of an emotional component. It's more connected to your emotions, the little muscles. Little muscles in your face, little muscles in your hand. All of those have an emotional component that usually become hyperactive when you are emotionally aroused, needy, or whatever, surprised, right? And with that it has a cascading effect, like a big bang. It gets bigger and bigger, where not only you can't control your little faces, the little emotions, the little creepy reactions, but you also cannot control the big reactions, texting, calling, seeing them, gift giving, trying to get their validation. And these types of things causes you to rationalize creepy, needy behavior. For example, a few years ago, I wasn't dating this girl. I was trying to get this Russian girl that worked at this bar, and I called her, and one time I don't think she was interested, but she was just bored, I think. I called her and she hung up. And I remember when she hung up, part of me felt like, oh fuck, she's losing interest. But then I said to myself, what if the signal fell? I'm like, let me call her again. I called. She was like, hello? And I was like, hey, how are you? Hang up. And I'm like, well, maybe something bad happened. I called again. But there was a whisper in my voice that said, I think she's doing it on purpose. But then there's a louder voice, which is my needy voice, which is my lower self, that says, I hope I'm wrong. And that hope, despite your higher self telling you not to do it, it's the hope. It's the desire to force a situation to happen that causes you to do more. Once you become at ease with yourself, which means this, right now I'm happy. Right now I'm happy. Like at this moment, I'm happy. I'm at peace. I meditated. The only miserable time I have during the day is when I'm meditating. I changed the miserable day for a miserable 30 minutes 3 times a day, so that for the rest of the day I'm not miserable. And learning how to control my happiness on a day-to-day basis. When I meet someone that I like, a lot of us use other people as our way to regulate your emotions. So rather than leaning on them, you won't lean on them as much. You might do more, you might text more, but if you learn to lower your expectations, find happiness in the now, and just accept that if this person is not putting the obvious effort, if they're not calling back on time, if they're not making an effort to see you, if they're not making an effort to find a romantic place to see you, or trying to impress you, if you have a feeling that they don't like you, don't do more. Their natural inclination is to go in the other creepy direction and do more. What I am telling you, go against those instincts. When you feel like they don't like you, do less. When you feel like they like you, go ahead. And how do you know they like you? Because you can feel it. People, let me tell you something, man. The reason why I'm telling you this is because if you do nothing when you're sensing that the person doesn't like you, or that you're sensing that this person is hot and cold, stopping your action, stopping the operation, stopping their pursuit will force them to make a decision. They either make up for the lack of effort that you're doing, or they leave. And what usually happens is that they leave because they were never really interested. They were just trying to see whether or not they could use you as a source of validation. They become a parasite in your life that they leech onto you and use you for validation. And you can sense it because you're getting mixed signals, and your whole day you're thrown off kilter because of their inconsistency. I posted a story on Instagram where I said, if the person loves your story, if you met someone for romantic purposes and you asked them out and you're trying to make plans and they're ignoring you, but yet they're loving your photos, they're loving your statuses, they're loving your stories, block. This is why. This is not what people do when they like you. That's why. They're acting like they like you, or implicitly saying that they like you by interacting with you, by giving you their contact under the premise of dating. Like you meet them on Tinder, you meet them online, you meet them through friends who says you guys will be nice together. If you guys met under those premises, and they're not making an effort to see you, which means if you, for example, with me as a guy, if you're a girl, all you got to do is just say yes. I'll make the effort to ask you out. I'll put in that effort. I'll go out of my way. All you have to do is respond on time and say yes. That's all you have to do. Some people just don't do that. Some people will trick you into believing that for some reason they forget to respond. I'm just a forgetful person. I'm sorry. So you know what tends to happen? Them being a forgetful person makes you then remind them. Makes you then be their freaking personal assistant and say, hey, motherfucker, you say you were going out. Don't forget. You don't have to do that type of shit. I swear to God, if you remind people to go out with you, that you have a date with them, not reminding them, but that they say they forget, they're bad texters, don't date them. That means you're going to have to make effort. For example, like I said, the girl the chick that canceled the date twice. I accepted the canceling because the way she apologized seemed sincere. And when we all get those situations, right? I kind of get it, especially in Mexico. I get it. So then I told her, okay, I'll meet you, but make sure to be on time. She was 40 minutes late. And before she came, first of all, she was my type. That's the thing. Sometimes when they're your type, you tolerate a little bit, right? Anyways. And I told her, like I said, I was like, look, man, we may not go on this date, my love. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, look, you're 40 minutes late. You canceled twice and you're 40 minutes late. That's not good. She was like, well, I'm just a bad. And she's really, really, really apologizing. That's the part that gets you. She's really apologizing. I'm like, okay, I'll go out with you as long as you don't become a bad texter with me. I'll deal with that, okay? And she was like, sure. Long story short, she canceled the first date, the second date. We met that day, right? And we were supposed to be on Friday. Then on Saturday, she canceled. She was like, she didn't respond to that. And I sent her a text on Sunday. I was like, look, my love, if you see this message, I think we're done. It doesn't seem like you're that interested. And it ended there. But the lesson is simple. These types of people that do things that are cold, but verbally tell you, don't believe what I just did, even though I canceled twice. Please, I like you. Let's go out. Don't try to explain why people do that. Your response to that should be to disengage. Completely disengage and leave. If they like you, they're gonna run after you, and if they want you, you're gonna set a price. If you want to get back with me, you're gonna have to make it up. You're gonna have to make it up. If you don't want to make it up, then I don't want to be with you. I just don't want to be with you. And in this case, well, you guys find whatever you guys want to do for them to make it up to you. Right? For example, I was seeing this girl. No. The person who told me about this, I gave this advice to somebody where his girl cheated on him with another guy, right? Not like an ex, but with a new guy, and she wanted him back. She was like, "Baby, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Please take me back, please take me back." And he was like, "You cheated on me," and I was like, "Look, rather than accept her and take her back and act like nothing happened, give her an ultimatum. Tell her find something that you want, and tell her to do that, or else don't come to me." And the reason why is this: if somebody cheats, you can set the price to the moon, and the bigger the price, the more valuable the more valuable you come across, right? It's the Christopher Columbus effect. Asking a lot, and by just asking a lot, by just laying your price to the moon, automatically increases your aura, increases your power, increases your respect. And he was like, "You're gonna have to lick my ass and be my sex slave for a month." She was like, "You fuck your own self. I ain't doing that shit." And she walked away. And I told him, "Look, that showed you. That showed you something. First of all, she didn't even try. She found that an insult. So she can cheat on you, and she can't do something to make it up." So then I asked my female friend, Daniela, and I was like, "What do you think about that?" And she just got dumped by her ex, and she cheated on him. And she was like, "I would have done that in a heartbeat, because I want him back. I would have done it in a heartbeat." What that tells me is that she just doesn't respect him. And naturally, what he told me, he said that was the hardest thing to do, to leave her. But I told him, stand back. Your inaction will show you how she feels. So then a few weeks later, she came back. And guess who's licking guess who has the sweet taste of ass? Her. And she's doing exactly like I said it. Now, I told him, "Look, bro, she might cheat on you eventually, so this might not work out." But it just shows you. Sometimes if they don't accept the offer, don't run back and lower the offer. That makes you look bad. Stay firm. If they want you, they'll come back humbled because they made a mistake. This is not a strategy you do to gaslight people or because you want a power trip, right? The whole taking them back after they fucked up and laying a price down, or else you don't take them back, is proven. It works, especially when they really fuck up. But generally speaking, with people, learn to adopt the notion that if somebody likes you, the less you do, the more they do to make up for the difference. Someone's like, if you stop feeding your kid, then the other parent is gonna have to make up for the fact that you're not feeding the kid so that the kid don't die, right? So it's the same thing with this. You're not doing effort, but the person doesn't want the relationship to die. So they start putting more effort so that the relationship doesn't die. They'll complain to you, "Hey, what the fuck? Like I'm doing all of this. Why don't you do more?" But that is just there to help you understand the soul of this. Doing less reveals how much they like you. So This is a message for people who just don't leave people alone, for people who just do too much. I'm asking you, do less, and you'll see the power in that. Okay? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to work with Father Alex one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. All right, if you guys enjoy these videos about stoicism, dating, relationships, self-help, moving up in life, I would recommend you guys check out some of my courses that I have for sale. These courses are courses for men and women. For example, Nice Girl, Nice Guy is a course about how to become more assertive. Natural Chemistry is a course for women that I have on how to develop strong relationships. Dark Game is a controversial course that I have for guys on how to attract women in their life and keep it. It's not as dark as it seems, but we do talk about some dark psychology in here. Psychological Game of Attraction is a course that we made for women who are single. And as you see, we have a course about how to develop charisma, emotional mastery, which is a course about how to develop a meditation practice and how to improve your emotional life, to become more resilient, to not let rejection hit you so hard, to be able to bounce back from failure. I have a course called Nice Guy, which is a course for guys who are single and guys who want to be able to develop more assertiveness training, right? Most of these courses come at $99. And there you could also purchase the bundle where you guys can purchase all of the courses in one go at a discounted rate, right? We have a bundle for women and a bundle for men. So click in the description down below to check them out. You could browse around and see the courses that you like. And if you don't like them, you guys can ask for a 30-day money-back guarantee, and I'll give you guys the money back, okay? And in fact, we actually have a new one for women right now we're developing. It's called The Feminine Woman. So if you're a woman watching, this course is specifically to help women become more feminine, to embrace their feminine while embracing their masculine energy. And I'm actually going to make a course for that, like that for men, which is called the Masculine Man, which is a course on how to develop masculinity and develop masculine energy, to attract women in your life, to attract business success in your life, to be able to be better socializing, to read people better. It's truly an all-around course. So if you guys want to check out those courses, click on the description down below where it says purchase the courses, and I'll see you guys inside. Bye-bye.